Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A. And yes, it's already time for August Faves and Flops. Oh my gosh. Welcome to September. Yay, my favorite season. Autumn is just so wonderful. I cannot wait. I've already changed all my leaves and plants and decorations in the house, and I've changed things at work in my office to reflect the oranges and browns and everything. Switched over the wardrobe into my autumn into early winter wardrobe, which is a lot of fun, especially if you're a thrifter. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so lots happened this month. A lot happened this month, and I think the one thing I want to discuss is that the Ulta Beauty 21 Days of Beauty is going on. Now, I am not sponsored. They didn't send me anything. There's no PR. There's no nothing. So all I'm going to tell you about are the things in this sale that I'm really interested in. And let's just start with this. This is the Estee Lauder. And I'll tell you what day of the month that this is going to appear in. But Estee Lauder Double Wear. And one of you, I always learn stuff from you guys, and I always appreciate your comments. I mean, even constructive criticism, as long as you're not too mean. One of you said that they changed the formulation on the Estee Lauder Double Wear recently. And so I'm looking forward to the day that this is 50% off Estee Lauder Double Wear, because I can try the new one, because I'm about less than half here on this bottle, so I am going to pick up an Estee Lauder, and they have tons of undertones and shades, and I really like this makeup. This is like my favorite makeup. There was a point in time where it just seemed like it was too dry and cakey and too full coverage. But I've learned to mix it with things, and I've learned to apply it in a way that it doesn't do that. And my skincare is better, because I can tell you, if you're having trouble with foundations looking good, it could be your skincare. Your skin could be in crappy condition. And if you put, it's like putting paint on a dappled wall. It's still going to look like a dappled wall with paint on it. But if you have a smooth wall and you put the paint on, it looks pretty nice. So same idea, same concept. So this is a really good, very forgiving foundation, and it lasts a long time, especially in summer heat. And this is that transitional time here in New England where we're still getting humid days because there's all these fairs going on and the Big E's coming up. And I do have Big E videos that I can point you to down below in my description. But anyway, the Estee Lauder Double Wear, definitely I would recommend this one. It is going to be 50% off. Also, the NARS Orgasm series. Now, NARS redeveloped their cosmetics to not include the talc, and I think I think by 2026 or 2027 they're all supposed to not have talc anymore. I think that's what it is, because of the dangers of asbestos contamination. So they've reformulated these. I don't know if they're as good as the originals. I do have this one in Behave, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Doesn't look like anything in the pan, but it's beautiful on the skin, very subtle. So I want to see if they're blush, and I think it's just the Orgasm line though. So you got to be careful of the shimmer in that, because that can really look pronounced on very wrinkled skin. And this year, it's my 67th year. I am noticing more now than ever. I've got tiny little fine lines all over my face. I had no idea. It's from all those tans I got, all that stuff I did as a young, stupid person. We just thought we would look so cool with dark tans as white people. Anyway, so the NARS Orgasm line is going to be 50% off. The next one is the Herborian CC Cream. Now this is a beautiful foundation alternative. There's only a little, these are small tubes, and there's only a little in them, and they're kind of expensive. This was my first Korean product that I ever tried. These are beautiful. They only come in like 3 shades, and I go with the lightest shade. You can always deepen it up with a little bit of a deeper foundation, or one of my LA Girl Pro Concealer in a deeper shade will darken up anything that's too light for you. So the lightest one, I'm too light for the middle shade, and I'm a little bit darker than the lighter shade. But Herborian CC Cream is the next one in the list. Maximo. These are the new formulation MAC lipsticks, and there are an assortment. I think there's 24 colors here. I really do love, which ones do I do have some in here somewhere. The Maximals, I don't know. I do have a couple of them in my collection here, but they are going to be 50% off. And if you've never tried a MAC lipstick, they are definitely worth it, definitely. The last item is Madison Reed hair color. And many years ago they sent me some PR when I had my other original channel before it got hacked. They sent me some PR, and I did a video showing my start color, which was kind of faded gray, all that stuff. And then I showed the process of using this color at home and how beautiful it looked afterwards. They have gorgeous colors. I believe, are they Italian based? I don't know. But I liked Pisa. There's a couple of really good colors. I think either online or in store you can get this for 50% off. So that's a really good hair color option. And that's basically all I was interested in. Oh, possibly the Buxom lip glosses also. These are plumping lip glosses. I have White Russian. This is a staple in everybody's collection, and there was a moment in time where this was everybody's favorite lip gloss. It makes your lips look nice. It does give you a little bit of a sting. It's like, ah, ooh. Yeah, you do get a little bit of a sting, but that fades out and your lips look great for the day. So Buxom is also the other item that I thought was good. And in my colors here, I have 2 and 2 in the Estee Lauder. I think I'm wearing it now. I think it's the perfect color for me, but I'll see, because if they're sold out, I can maybe kind of fudge with another color. I'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll get there early enough that I'll get one of the shades that's flattering for me. So that's these two things I actually have already, and I would consider getting the replacement before all the prices go up, because I don't think once they put the prices up because of all the tariff business, I don't think they're going to bring them down again when the tariffs stop. And I think the tariffs will stop eventually. But yeah, so it is good planning, and this is going on right now. So today is September 1st. It's Monday, Labor Day. I have it off from work, so that's why I'm filming. So anyway, so that Ulta 21 Days of Beauty started on the 29th. So it's going on. And again, you know, I put the dates up here or here saying which day that these things are on sale. So those are the things I'm going to get. What is going on with my hair? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So there was some controversy this month with a very well-loved brand, E.L.F. Cosmetics. Now this brand is very inexpensive, and they have some very high quality products. They actually have their own factory, so they do make a lot of their stuff, and it's easier for them to not have to pay a third party to manufacture, although they do use some outside manufacturers. They do have their own plant that makes a lot of the makeup. They put out different ads, and some of them are cute, and they've made imitations of other people's products, such as Charlotte Tilbury and other people, and have gotten into a little bit of battles with those folks. But we always knew that they were on our side, that, you know, good quality makeup at an inexpensive price. Some of their products are a little hit and miss. Some products are just outstanding. And I have several in my collection that I use. I love the Thirst Burst Drops. I use that with a little bit of rosehip oil from my moisturizer primer. I love 2 of their brushes. I like their Duo Fiber face brush, and I love their basic, like $2, $3 eyeshadow brush. These used to all be $1. And I love this little football shaped looks like Stewie from Family Guy. This for concealer and powder and stuff. I use their brow stuff. I like the brow gel that they have. I like the little bronzing drops that they have. I love the Soft Glam foundation. And of course this was the iconic first dupe that really took off for them, and this is the Halo Glow, which is a lot like the Charlotte Tilbury. Now what has happened is they put out a recent ad, and it featured two people that it looked like a man and a woman who were lawyers, and it was their job to scope out the best prices for makeup and to, you know, stop the bad guys from overpriced makeup by finding the best price makeup. Now the guy that they used in this ad is what caused a huge controversy. I didn't know who it was, and I saw the ad and I didn't think twice about it because it was just, you know, it wasn't their greatest ad. It wasn't bad. I thought it was a cute idea. They had a transgender person. They were very pretty, and she was, you know, she was like the woman in the ad, and the man was Matt Rife. Matt Rife is a stand-up comedian, and his jokes basically are like locker room talk between the guys, you know, kind of very graphic descriptions of women, objectifies women, stereotypes women. An example of one of his jokes is he said, yeah, my friends and I went to Maryland restaurant, and this lady seated us, and she had a really obvious black eye, you know, and we were like, geez, you know, they should probably have her stay in the back so we don't have to look at her with that black eye, you know, it's very, very conspicuous, you know. And he said, yeah, after they put her in the back she can cook or something. And then he said, well, she probably got that black eye because she didn't know how to cook. So also in Maryland is a highly it's an area of African American. There's a lot of African Americans in Maryland, and so it was implied that it was also a racial, not just sexist and marital abusive joke, but it was also racial. And in one of his stand-up routines, there was a man who was an African American man who said something, and he said, "What do you do for a living?" And he said some scientist type of job, and the guy said, "You don't play basketball?" You know. And it's so very racial stereotypes. He describes women's body parts that he finds attractive or not attractive. He's just a pig, okay? Let's just say what it is. He's a pig. And he's like one of those guys, he's the same kind of guy like a white guy in a room of white people who feels free enough to say some racist comment because there's no people of color in the room. That kind of a guy. And he's a creep. He's just a creep, okay? Here he is in this ad for makeup for women, modern day women. And so it just blew up. It blew up, it went viral, let's cancel E.L.F, let's, you know, and I'm like, okay, somebody made a bad decision here. Of all the people they could have reached out to do this ad, could have been anybody who gives back to the community, a stand-up comedian who's maybe transgender on the male side, you know, to offset the transgender woman, you know. And I thought, well, this would be, it's a real slap in the face, okay? So a lot of people took it that way and they said, I'm not going to buy any E.L.F. ever again. So I was thinking, you know, I love their products, and it's a real dichotomy here because I want to support them and yet they need a slap on the hand. So I am going to not buy E.L.F. Cosmetics for 3 months. That's a quarter. For 1 quarter, I am not buying or talking about E.L.F. You will not hear them mentioned again until December 1st. I will not talk about them again until December 1st. And that to me is my justification. Slap on the hand to E.L.F. like, don't do that kind of crap, okay? Don't do it. He makes humor to people who have racist, sexist, horrible, piggy thoughts and validates it. So I don't want to support that. And I want to make sure E.L.F. knows she'll never do anything like that ever again. But I don't want to cancel them completely. I don't want them to go out of business over this. I honestly don't. And I think forgiveness is something we should all embrace. But I still think a 3-month boycott of their stuff is what I'm going to do. And I don't know how you're going to deal with it, but I'm not going to talk about their products or buy any of their products for 3 months. And I think that that's fair. I think that that's enough time that they get the message that their viewers, we're not happy with this, don't ever do it again. Somebody made a mistake, maybe they should lose their job if they brought this up and said this would be a great idea. I don't know, in the marketing department, whoever decided this, I thought somebody at the top had to make that decision. I don't know. Maybe they should offer us something in exchange, or any proceeds from their sales between now and January 1st can go to a charity for domestic abuse or shelter or something. Maybe they can do something like that to make amends. But I think that they should do something to make amends over this. Okay. All right, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So that is a subject I will not. Now, if you like that shiny product, this one works really well. And I think I talked about this last month, but I do use it instead of the other product that we shall not speak of. This is from Revlon, and this is the Color Stay Face and Body Glow Lotion. You can use this in the same manner, and it works just as well. So you can put this on your face first, and then put a matte makeup over the top, and it'll give you a little bit of a glow. It won't look so dry and cracky. So this is really nice. This comes in several different shades. I think originally it was meant to, you can put it on your body, your arms, your shoulders, neck, you know, so when you're going out for an evening out, you know, everything looks cohesively pretty. I just got the one that was closest to my skin tone to use as an underpainting of glow. So that's the Revlon, and it's the Face and Body Glow Lotion, and this is shade 110. For lip primer, speaking of race, this is Black Radiance, and I look at their stuff all the time. There's one neighborhood that I go to that is a very high community ratio of African American to fish belly white, and so they have Black Radiance from Wet n Wild. This isn't in all the CVS's. It's only in the ones in neighborhoods where it would sell, basically. But I like it too. And this is their lip balm, the Black Radiance lip balm. And this particular color, let me grab my glasses here. Kissable. Kissable. The really pretty light lip balm. I use it when I first sit down at my table. I will put it on my lips just to give them a good moistness. You put it in your purse or in your office just to have a little bit of moistness, just a touch of color. This Kissable shade is the lightest shade, and it works really nicely for my fish belly white coloring. For concealers, about 5 years ago, I tried this concealer when it first came out, was first advertised. It's an Amazon purchase type of thing. It's called Fiera. And when it came to me, I was really surprised. It came to me and it looks quite deflated. There was hardly anything in the tube. And when it came out, see, there's oil. It comes out with a blob of oil. And I don't know if that's the heat of the warehouse it was stored in, or that's the quality of this product. But it's getting returned because it's not really as good as it could be. The coverage isn't there. They advertise it, women over 40, you know, type of thing, and they say it's wonderful. What I did was I kind of squished it through the tube and tried to mix it together, and it wasn't so oily when it came out. I couldn't figure out the shades because they only had a few shades, and the next shade up from this lighter shade looked like it was too dark. And if you put something too dark underneath your eyes, like a concealer, it can make you look tired. So it kind of does the opposite of what you want a concealer to do. So I got the lightest shade. You can see it's very emollient and satiny looking. I think it's just a fail. You know, it didn't work for me. And although it did do some coverage, it was a very light coverage, light to medium coverage, and it was shiny. So when I powdered it down, it seemed fine. It didn't really crack, but that oil worries me that came out before. It makes me wonder if this has gone bad, and I don't want to put that around my eyes. So Fiera is going back to Amazon. The other concealer that I wanted to try was this one from Estee Lauder. Now, I love their makeup. I love the Estee Lauder Double Wear makeup. Well, this is the Estee Lauder concealer, and I thought, well, okay, but I'm going to go lighter than my foundation is. So this one is 1N1. I have 2N2 for my color. An awful lot comes out here, and it's a little bit light. You don't want to go too light with your concealer because it can really make your eyes look too standouty. You know, it just, if you get something in between this color and your natural color, it's going to be better, because you want to have it as close to your natural color as possible, maybe a half shade lighter, just for brightening. You don't want to lighten it to make it look white, so you do this raccoon thing. You really just want to brighten a little bit. The staying power is really good. I worn it every day at work. It didn't break down, it didn't crack, so this is a really good concealer. I was really impressed. So this is 1N1. I think I would go a little bit deeper than this for the next one that I get, and I'll use this up before I get another one, but that is Estee Lauder concealer. For foundations, I had a couple of fails here. The first fail was the Essence Stick Foundation. This is the problem when you're watching influencers who are young or who have normal to oily skin. When they review something, it reacts to their skin way different than it's going to react to yours. And I can tell you, when you're 67 like me, almost everything reacts differently to what the younger people put on their face, okay? It's unfortunate. This looks so awful. I don't even want to go into it. I hate to even draw it onto my hand, but this is the Essence. It was the perfect shade. See, it blended right in. Perfect shade. This is the foundation stick. And what shade was this? Oh my goodness. 120. And I think they were mimicking the Maybelline colors with their colors on here, because 120 is pretty close to the Maybelline Ivory shade. That's 120. So total fail. Cracked, cakey, hardly looked like anything on. I'm not going to put it on my face. And what a waste of money this was. I mean, Essence is very inexpensive. I think it was under $6. So, you know, I'm not going to say you get what you pay for, because there are a lot of good products that cost a low amount of money. I'm going to, when I get to my blushes, I will explain that. But yeah, this was a fail. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you're an older person, or if you have dry skin or any kind of texture on your skin, this is not for you. Essence Foundation Stick. Cushion foundations, you know, the Tier 1 is very popular, and I thought, oh, this is another Korean one, and it's, you know, whatever this name is. Custom Foundation 2AN, and I think they mean 2 a.m., but they said 2AN is the name of the brand. I'm sure they mean, like, if you're out partying at 2 a.m., you're having a good time. Beautiful packaging, though. Oh my goodness. Now, I couldn't find a sponge or anything with this, so I had to use my own. Now, this has a sealed little compartment that you pull up, and then you can use your brush to tap it in. Very, very grainy looking on the skin when it dried down. When it first went on, it wasn't too bad, but it just looks so grainy and awful. I just, you know, it's just too bad. I'm actually thinking of taking everything out of the case and putting maybe my my Estee Lauder in here, you know, and using my Estee Lauder in this, because this is just such a pretty case. But this is the 2AN Cushion Foundation in shade number 4, I believe. 21, shade 21, which they're trying to imitate the Tear people too. 21 is kind of the light white girl shade. So that was kind of another fail. And these are the shades on the side. I don't know if you can see them, but they have an assortment of shades. Doesn't go real dark here. And there's all kinds of white girl shades here. 20 is the lightest shade. That's kind of real pale white girl. And then this is the shade I have. And the next shade I thought might be too dark. It's like a medium light shade. And then it just, these two shades look almost identical. And then there's a kind of a medium deep shade. But there's nothing for really deep shades. I don't know if it's because that just, there's just not a lot of people with really deep skin in where they make this stuff, so they don't have any sales. So they don't make that shade. I don't know. They got to learn that the world has a lot of shades of skin. So moving into foundations, I started to kind of pick up some oldies but goodies because I really want to find a good basic makeup set that I can use and promote to you for just the goodness of using it. And I'm using a lot of old-time favorites that I used to love, and because I've been trying all these new things, because I was sent PR all the time and everything with my other channel, I lost track of the really good stuff. So I went back and I'm like, I remember I liked that. Well, I remembered I liked this at one point. This was L'Oreal True Match Nude, and the second I opened this up and pulled this out, it smells like a bottle of vodka because there's so much alcohol in it, and alcohol over time will ruin your skin from the inside out. It's going to ruin your skin. So that's why I stopped using it, and I was like, why did I get this again? I don't, you know, I completely forgot until I opened the bottle and I smelled it. I'm like, oh gosh. Because I liked the way it looked on my skin, and that alcohol helped make it smooth out for some reason, the type of alcohol they have in there. And I thought, oh, and everybody loves this. This was like the #1 drugstore foundation for that year, and maybe even the year after as well. But people don't realize the damage this can do to your skin from underneath because of all the alcohols in it. So the L'Oreal True Match Nude Serum Foundation, I have to say is, that's, no, it's a no. I don't want to ruin my skin anymore because I'm seeing more wrinkles now than I ever have. At 67, I was looking in the sunshine in the car mirror, and that can be kind of cruel actually when you're looking in the rearview mirror sometimes. And I'm like, where did all these wrinkles come from? And it's like I first saw them like a month ago. And I have wrinkles all over my face, not just in the usual places, the usual suspect places in here and everything. I saw them all on my cheeks and everywhere else, all these tiny little lines. I was like, wow, you know, and it just, you have that moment of zen. As you get older, you'll know what I mean. You'll have that moment where you look in the mirror and you're like, what? You know, so I had that moment. This is the Revlon Illuminance, and I think I got too light of a shade though. Because it was in TJ Maxx, and I thought, you know, maybe I didn't give this enough of a chance and I got it, but it's too light. It's just too light for me. I actually can darken this up with that little LA Girl Pro thing. This looks really nice on. It's very, very pleasant. It's got a pump. You can see how light it is. It's very good. If you have normal to dry skin, it gives you a little bit of a glowy finish. I do put a little bit of powder over the top of my foundation, so it doesn't bother me that it is a little shiny. Some folks with oily skin don't like it because it's shiny, but I think it's pretty good. Revlon has some really good face makeups and concealers. So the Revlon Illuminance, I revisited. I like it, but I'm going to have to get a new color. For powders, I've really just been using my MCO Beauty powder. This is the one that looks like the Charlotte Tilbury. It's a different formulation, but a very similar concept. You've got a mirror, pressed powder. I use that just to touch up where I get oily. I also like to touch up right here where my glasses hit, Because when you have your glasses on, this part right here will make little indentation marks. And so I like to have powder there. I like to make sure I have powder, and I bring a little bit of concealer with me to work too. I have a little concealer in my purse so that I can tap the indentation and then put a little powder over it, so that when my glasses go on, the powder keeps them from invading my space there. So MCO Beauty, that's that Australian brand. You can find them in Target, you can find them online, you can find them on their own website, which I say is the best place to get them. Now, I don't know if the tariffs are affecting anything to do with this. Australia is not sending out anything that's more than $800 worth of package. I can't imagine you would buy more than $800 from this company at one time. Maybe you can break it up if you're really planning to. I don't know. I think this has more to do with stores and companies ordering large quantities of things. I think that's really going to be the effect of that $800 ban thing. They're just not going to send it because they're not going to even deal with the tariffs. So, and one of you mentioned in a comment, I don't know if it was last time or the month before, I said something about the upcoming tariffs, and they said, why are you mentioning those? Are they affecting you? And it was like there was this kind of tone there, heading towards the political rabbit hole I don't want to go down. But yes, I do believe the tariffs are going to affect the price of everything, and it already has. And what's really sad about this is that I think that when the tariffs stop, and I think they will stop, I don't think the prices are going to go down after. I think they're going to stay level. So if you're buying stuff before things hit, it's probably, you know, you get a better deal on it, I feel. So we're going into blushes now, and I saw a hack on a reel of some sort that came up in my YouTube feed. They said if you scrape a little bit of powder and mix it with some Vaseline, you can make a cream blush out of it. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but let's just try that. Let me just put a little Vaseline, petroleum jelly, just a plain one, into a thing. It's just a little blob. And I'm just going to scrape a little of this powder. Let's see if I can do this. So let's try it, and let's see. So this is Behave. I didn't like the feel of it on my face, and I was just going to call this a fail. I'm just going to show you the powder version of Behave right next to it. So you can see it actually is a little bit lighter, and it is greasy, and it didn't seem to dry down very well. I don't know how I feel about it, and I don't know why I need to do it. If I got the powder foundation, I don't know why I need to do this. Okay, yeah. It's kind of greasy. I don't know if I really, you know, put Vaseline on your face, it feels greasy. So now you're adding color to it, so it's greasy colored Vaseline. But that was a hack. I thought if you really want to have a cream blush, and I'm trying to think what instance I would need to use this, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe if it will last longer if you have a cream base and then cover it with the powder on the top. Maybe that's where they're going with this. I don't know, but just thought I'd show you that. For blushes, I was very pleasantly surprised in the Dollar Tree, and they're still $1.25. I think they're going up to $1.50, but don't quote me. $1.50. They have these. These are Glow Up blushes, and they have different colors. I have these two colors in the Glow Up blush, and these are a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury, the sponge tip applicator. This is the Barbie pink one. And then the one I really like is this one. This is the, this is Rose Gold. And Rose Gold is really pretty. They work fine. They work fine. I don't believe they're as good as the Charlotte Tilbury's, but they're $1.25. And you need it in a hurry, like you landed, they took your makeup in TSI over at the airport. Grab one of these. The Rose Gold is pretty good. So that is this Glow Up blush. I'd recommend the Rose Gold shade. I think it's really good. This pink one, a little too Barbie for me, but if you're really cool toned and maybe a younger person with no texture on your skin, you would like this. And I would use a little bit of a powder blush to set it at the end. I do recommend that. But this was quite a nice surprise. Really, really pleasant. The other nice surprise are these liquid blushes. And they're really trying to step up their game. It's the Be Pure brand, I believe, or Ione. Ione, yeah. Ione and Be Pure are really good brands at the Dollar Tree. These, same thing. You've got this along the phase of the cream blush. Out of the two types, I like this type the best, and this is the cooler tone version. Not quite as Barbie pink, but it is very pleasant and more cool toned. And they lasted quite well. They didn't disappear into the skin. So, and these are from Ione. I'm not sure what the colors are. Oh my goodness. Pink one. I think you can look at them and see the pink one. There's a few other colors too. There's deeper shades. So these are the two that I picked, here and here. Really, really nice. So good job, Ione. Really good. You know, in this day and age where things are going up, and Dollar Tree is going up. They have this thing where they're putting red dots on a lot of their stuff, so those things are generally $1.50 to $2, depending on what they are and what shipment they have it in. I think they're going to go up in phases. I think the next phase may be in October. I don't know. But all of the seasonal stuff looks like it's coming out with the red dots on it, so they can alter the price. Because the price was initially put on there as $125, so they had to cover it with the red dot because it's not $125, and those are $150. The fail in that line was the highlighters. The highlighters are barely even traceable. It's hard to even see any color at all from the highlighter. It's just a little bit of shininess on your face. It's such a fail. Really, really disappointing. I wanted to like all of the products in these lines, but nope. So this is the Be Pure one, and it's a highlighter version with the sponge tip. Nothing like the Charlotte Tilbury, and actually nothing I would recommend, even at $1.25. I wanted to revisit one of my old favorites, and this was the Laura Mercier Chai blush. Now this is what they call a bronzer. It's part blush and it's part bronzer. So kind of is a very natural kind of sun-kissed glow. You can use it as an eyeshadow. You can use it as a blush. This is for those of you who just want to look healthy and not too made up. This is a really pretty blush, and it's called Chai from Laura Mercier, and that was purchased during a sale, I don't know, a few months ago at Ulta. They had it on sale. So definitely recommend that. That's one of my oldie but goodies. I had it years ago and then it got lost in the sauce somewhere. I did revisit this and I didn't like it. This was the Wet n Wild bronzer, the color Icon in Sunset Striptease. And I thought this was going to be a great light bronzer. I forgot about the micro glitter in it. There's a lot of micro glitter in it, and it just it spread out and it was a little bit shiny hot mess. And usually Wet n Wild's bronzers are pretty good. I liked their other ones, you know, the one with the cabana, that was kind of more of a face powder, and then they had the caramel one, that was nice. This shiny hot mess, so I'm disappointed, Wet n Wild, that was not good. Did you happen to see all the Wet n Wild Halloween stuff that they have out? They partnered with the villains, and they've got some very large eye palettes for villains, but I didn't like the color stories, but I'll talk about some others that I got later. But I didn't know if you noticed that. I saw them on a display in Walmart in the Halloween center section. They had them there, all the Wet n Wild black lipsticks, things like that, you know, all in one big thing. And they had villainous witches kind of thing, and they had the Fantasy Makers stuff. All of that stuff's coming out now because it's September, and of course Halloween is a huge fun celebration, and we all want to decorate ourselves for that. Moving into eyes, the brow products. I've been enjoying this Slim Shady brow pencil from L.A. Girl. This shade is a little bit of a warm light brown. I think it's called soft brown, and it gives a really nice effect to my eyebrows. Now it's really hard when you're blonde or you're bleach blonde. It's hard to get a good brow pencil color. It's hard enough finding a good formulation, but getting a good color is very, very hard, and I'm finding that it can be difficult. So online, this one is really neat. This is the inside is a pomade, and this is in the blonde shade. It's absolutely wonderful. You dip your brush in it and you pour it through, and it stains the skin and your hair to look like that color, which is the perfect shade of blonde. And the other side is a setting gel, which this one is colored in a light golden color. This will hold your eyebrows up, and it's a duo-sided. You Can Be. It's You Can Be, my buddies from the my favorite eye palette, You Can Be. So You Can Be, the double-ended brow product, and I believe it comes with some type of a stick that I have since lost, but it's a duo-sided pomade and gel setting gel. This is great, and this takes the place of that brand I will not discuss, their brow gel. This works just as well. Better because they didn't use Matt Rife in an ad. So You Can Be is the name of this. One product was a total fail, and I'm so surprised because it has such high reviews, and I saw other influencers talking about this. This is Ardell's brow glue, and they don't have it at Ulta. You have to order it either online. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that. It's like slimy. It's slimy. So when it goes on, I'm not sure why it's supposed to be so great, because I couldn't find anything about it I liked. But that slime, that initial slime, ew. The taupe color is fine. You know, it works okay with my brows. But this was terrible. And I don't think it really held my brows up. And everybody's talking about it online like it's the greatest, you know, thing since sliced bread, and it's not. Ardell brow glue. It was a fail for me. Not a fail for me, but the color was dark. This is taupe also. This is from Maybelline, and this is their Super Lock eyebrow gel. Now I like this. I have it on today, but the color's a little bit on the dark side. It's a little dark. Oh, how do you swatch a brow gel? It's a little deep, a little bit dark. So unfortunately, I don't like the color, but I do like I like the brush. I like the way it makes my brows look. So it works. It's just the color didn't work for me. So I would think if you were like a medium to a deeper brown shade, you will like this. This is a cool toned light brown. So if that's something you're looking for, go for it. Now my brows, even though they appear to be dark to you, I don't want them too dark because they'll be too stark. You know, I'll look just too contrasty, and I really don't want to look too contrasty. That's just not my goal. So I do like this a lot, and I would recommend it. But if you have really light colored eyebrows, they don't really have a shade lighter than this that will work for you. This is new from L'Oreal. These are their eye sticks. What do they call them? Lace shadow sticks. And this shade is called Celestial Taupe, number 250. And they have, it's a very fat crayon. And there's not a, on the other end, there's not a sharpener. So you're going to have to sharpen it yourself with your own, you know, your own sharpener. When this goes on, I was really surprised. It feels cold. There's some cooling agent in it when you put it on. And this taupe one, this is a really nice pencil. It lasts all day. You can use it as an eyeshadow, like if you want to put it here and then just smear it out as an eyeshadow, or if you want to put it underneath your eye. I better do the other side. I'll look really awkward when I go shopping for my groceries. So with the coolness of it, it's really nice, especially in summertime, to draw under your eyes or to use it as an eyeshadow. It's very cooling. It's very pleasant to use. You just smear it with your finger and you've got a very stay put eyeshadow. But that cooling thing, that does disappear. I mean, it stops cooling after a certain amount of time. I like this. I think it's nice. I wish they had a little bit more of a color assortment, just like with Hard Candy. Maybe they're just experimenting with this, I don't know, but I do like, this is Celestial Taupe, and I think this is the most generically pleasing looking shade. Now they're shiny, shimmery, so be careful with those reds and purpley ones because you can look sick or a heroin addict, you know. So, but the Celestial Taupe from Lace Shadow Stick from L'Oreal, really, really nice, really nice. Moving into eyeshadow palettes. Now I talked earlier about Wet n Wild releasing a lot of palettes for Halloween dress, and these are two that I always look at and I always get them, and I always wind up with pan. I hit pan on at least one or two of the colors in it, and then it gets, you know, discarded. These are the Fantasy Makers. A lot of times these are put in with costume makeup for Halloween. They put them in their own special end cap or separate division, or they put it in with the Halloween stuff. So look for these in your drugstore or Walmart. Fantasy Makers from Wet n Wild. This particular set was very appealing. It's very wearable. I'm not going to use it now. The hardest thing is opening the darn package. It's very, very hard to open it. Look at the colors in this. This is autumn. This is an autumn palette. It's beautiful. And the quality is good. It's medium to good quality eyeshadows. There's satins in here and mattes in here. You've got a good variety of light and dark and mid-tone. Absolutely beautiful. Forest. Paranoid Forest. Now there's no mirror with it, but it's under $6. It's under $6. So this is something I highly recommend. Now this one is called Queen of Brights, and yeah, I guess there are some brights in here, and I believe there's a tone in here that has a duochrome. Yeah, it's this one. It's a duochrome. So it's a nice surprise to get that duochrome in there. And then you've got this one, which is a beautiful shimmery pink. I mean, there's a lot of pow to these. Pow. Pow. I'm going to be the most glamorous girl looking at the lettuce today. Yeah. So that is Queen of Brights, and this one is Paranoid Forest. And I think both of them have shades in there that you can use in your regular, not costume self. I think they're a nice addition to my eyeshadow collection, and I will use them. Sephora was having a sale, and I say that with question mark and like this. I'm not real keen on Sephora right now. I think they have a lot of overpriced things, and they're not very, they don't give back to their subscribers, to their customers very much. Their specials and percentage off if you're a customer kind of stuff is very poor. But these were $6, and I thought the color shifter Strange Botanicals was an interesting thing. This has basic shades up here. You can do your basic eye, and then this color in the middle will shift your shade to another variant of itself. But basically it just shifts to lighter or darker versions of this. Let's face it, it's, you know, it's kind of gimmicky. These were $6, and it's probably because nobody bought them. I don't know. But I like these shades, these four. This, not so much. Let me see. Let me just put it on there, show you. I'll show you why I don't like it. Well, maybe I do like it. I don't know. Do you like it? I don't know. But I thought this was the most normal looking one. For $6, I thought the quality is usually pretty good with the Sephora palettes, the quality of the shadows. So I thought this was a really nice deal for $6. I don't know if they still have them, but this is the color shifter in Strange Botanicals. I was watching somebody who said that their favorite eyeshadows in the drugstore were CoverGirl. And I was a little confused by that because I don't think CoverGirl's ever really been known for their eyeshadow formulations. They're very lightly pigmented. I'll have to say I got the most basic one. I always get the most basic one, and I'm not going to apologize because this is a good basic everyday eye. I work in a conservative office. As you know, I work for Cemetery. And the customer base is not into glam stuff, okay? So this is considered quite over the top too. Actually, I'm very glammed up when I'm at work, and it's at least I'm using neutral colors. That's all I can say. This has some satins in it and some mattes. It's got good basic stuff. Nice shimmer here on the light, and if you hold it to the light, you can see which ones are shimmery. I was hoping there was more mattes in the mid-tone range, but you do have this one. These don't have as much pigmentation as I think they could for me to recommend this palette, but I think in a pinch, again, if they take, you know, if TSI takes your makeup bag at, you know, and won't let you travel with it and you're desperate, you can find one of these. Yeah, they'll work for you. It'll work for you. Nudes, 805 nudes. Yeah, 805 nudes. I keep giving Laura Geller one more chance, and this was the larger of the eyeshadow palettes. This is the Wearables Beauty Basics Multi-Finish Eyeshadows. So by multi-finish, some of them are slightly shiny and some of them are matte. She doesn't live on the edge at all, I tell you. This is pretty basic nudes. I'm sure this one is. It's just called Beauty Basics. 12 multi-finish eyeshadows. This is what you get. She caters to the 40 and over crowd. She's in her late 50s, I think, or early 60s. And so these are very, very good all-around basics. I don't think the formulation is as good as other brands, even drugstore brands. So, I mean, as far as recommending them, we've got, it looks like 2 shimmers in this palette. This is something I would put under the eyes. It comes out lighter than it appears in here, and there's no deeper shade here. Even though this looks deeper, it comes off as a mid-tone brown. It doesn't come off dark enough for me. So I'm not getting that deep brown that I like. And that I know that a lot of people say we shouldn't be wearing a lot of deep tone browns because it's very boomer. It looks very boomer. We're the only ones wearing eyeshadow now, apparently. I don't know. I think that'll come back around. I'm not going to stop wearing eyeshadow. I'm sorry. Just don't leave the house without eyeshadow. Yeah. I want to say don't judge me, but I hate that expression. So this is your good basics. If you see it at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, yeah, it's worth it. I think it's $7.99 or something. What is it? $4.99. Yeah, it's worth $4.99. That's where I got it. Laura Geller for $4.99 at TJ Maxx. Worth it, actually. This is all natural, and by looking at her with her, you know, this looks like a sexual thing, right? So all natural to me means browns and tans and ivories and stuff. All natural to me means that, but that's not what's in this palette. The names. Bubble Bath. This one is called Eggplant. Ash Espresso. Espresso is micro glitter gold. Teddy bear, cute. Peanut butter, cute. Frappuccino, cute. Fortune, cute. Angel Dust, Dream Maker. That is kind of a rose gold shade. Iris, yep. Magic Spells, kind of a lame purpley color. There's some good stuff in here. But Au Naturel, I wouldn't have put that as the name of this palette. I felt really duped when I bought it because for some reason I thought it was going to be more neutral colors, but it is kind of neutral, isn't it? But all of the names of these things have to do with regular life and spirituality. I don't know if I'd call that Au Naturel. I mean, this could be life in a palette, or, you know, elevating yourself or something. You know, I just, Au Naturel, really? Quality's good. I like Rude Cosmetics a lot. I think they've got some really good products. I've got several of their palettes, and and even the back. You know, when you see the back here, this is not Au Naturel to me. What is Au Naturel about this one? Unless you're blowing your nose. Okay, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. All right. I think that's the end of the palettes. Let's go into mascara. This is an interesting contraption. Like, what is this? When you're putting lashes on, or even mascara, this mirror pops off, and I can look at myself putting mascara on. Up top, I can see underneath, and I can see straight ahead. It shows all angles of my eye. Now when you're putting on a false lash, you can put it down, you can see what it looks like on the low, looking up, looking down, looking straight ahead. What a cool contraption this is. But it's a cool thing. It's magnetized on the back, so if you are using both hands, you can look in. And this is called the Kiss My Lash product. Triple angle mirror. And it was invented by a wife, mother, author, and entrepreneur who loves beauty and helping others look fabulous. So if you, and it is magnetized on the back, so it just stays there. But if you hold it this way, you can see all sides of your makeup. And if you hold it this way, you can see below, looking up, down, you can see your eyeshadow. My only complaint is that it's normal view. It's not 1x, 2x, 5x, 10x. It would be nice if this was a 5x in all directions. I think it's wonderful. It's absolutely a wonderful tool. And I did use it today when I was putting on my 420s. These are my 420s from Ardell. But Kiss My Lash, I found this in one of those train wreck stores. So this may have already gone out of business. I don't know, but you can look this up on Amazon and see what it is. But it's very helpful with your eye makeup. You can see how badly you put on your eyeshadow. It's worse than my 20 by mirror. And for mascaras, I went back to an old favorite of mine, and before I was even on YouTube, back when it first came out, the Voluminous from L'Oreal. It's an old standard. I like it. It does not ding. It does not leave any flakes. It gives me a nice pretty lash, not a big hunkin' lash, but a nice pretty lash. And back in the early 2000s, a pretty lash was all I needed. I didn't know there was such a thing as tubing mascara or anything like that. I don't think those things were invented till much later. But this covers the lashes really well. It makes a nice volume, a nice length, and it lasts all day. It doesn't crack or leave dings or leave any kind of flakes. It's a really good all-purpose mascara, but it's not my favorite. But it is a good all-purpose mascara. For those of you who don't like big honkin' lashes like I do, now the big honkin' lash group, you're going to love this. I talked about it now for the last 2 months. I love it. It's the Wrap Lash from Revolution Beauty. I think they're going through some stuff right now, though. I don't know if they're going to be selling the company or what. I don't know. I hope they don't stop making this stuff because I like it. Wrap Lash from Revolution is just a beautiful big honkin' lash, and if you put these side by side, this would just, you know, this is Liza Minnelli over here and this is Billie Eilish over here, okay? Or Shirley MacLaine over here and Billie Eilish over here. Those mascaras. Moving on to lips. Again, Laura Geller appears in the TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and this is the Treat and Go Tinted Lip Oil, and the colors are Champion and Knockout. I don't know why Knockout is called Knockout, because it's just a kind of a clear gloss with a little bit of a tinge of something. Not pinky tint lip oil. They're quite nice. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't know why they're in the TJ Maxx. Maybe there's a certain time limit on them. I don't know. They should date these things. They really should date these things. I don't know if she's not making them anymore or if it's something else about it, but I think these are still on her website, so I don't know. Maybe they were returns. I don't know. I always worry about TJ Maxx and Marshall's makeup, that somebody's touched them or pulled the stick out and put it on their mouth or on their dirty hand or something. So I'm if it's sealed, I'm okay, but I open it to check it to make sure it's not cracked or broken or there's not a gnarly fingerprint through it. So I'm the one who opens the packages. I don't touch them, but I open them. I have to bring up lip stains because that's a big thing right now where you see these girls painting, like they paint this black line above and below their lips and then they wait a few minutes and then they peel it off and they've got like a lip line there. This does not work on older lips because unfortunately from sipping through straws, from smoking cigarettes or other things, our lips have developed like little canals underneath them, little lines that go out from the lips. And when you wear a lipstick, that lipstick, if you're drinking or eating or whatever, it smears it out, it will just gravitate towards those little canals, little lines in your lips. And those lip stains are not like a lip liner. Like a lip liner will draw a physical barrier, almost like a little embankment on the edge of your lips. And when your lipstick hits that, it's less likely to keep going and go into those canals and lines around your mouth. So those lip stains, even though they look nice, they're not going to help you, and they're not going to do what a lip liner was supposed to do to begin with, which was to keep your lipstick from drifting out of your mouth. So I don't buy those lip stains, and I'm not going to demonstrate any of them, but I just thought I would mention that. This is the Milani one. These are plumping lip liners. I thought that was kind of an interesting concept. Now, I initially thought it worked really well, There is a little bit of sting. A little bit of sting, but not a lot. And I think Milani did a good job with that. And the Hard Candy lip liner, generic lip liner, works fine. If you get a color you like, go for it. The Milani one costs a little bit more. I like the idea that it's a plumping lip liner, and I think it makes my lips look really nice. And it also stops your lipstick from going into the canals and lines. So I think the Milani lip liner is a big hit with me. Maybelline, two new things from Maybelline. These are those glaze things. I tried two shades, and I can't handle the scent. I just can't. L'Oreal and Maybelline have got to stop putting that scent. It's like flowers and chemistry together. I got two shades. One is Peach Quench, and then this one is Caramel Glow. So let me just show you these. Peach Quench. Very pretty. It's very neutral. Looks like your lips. And Caramel Glow. Now these feel very, very lip balmy and smooth and everything. But they've got that smell. I just hate that smell. And it's not the smell that would match the color. It's the smell of chemistry. It's not the smell that would match the colors. It's that chemistry, flowery, Maybelline lipstick smell. It's awful. And I don't care how good the formulation is on these or any of their other lipsticks, that smell, I can't do it. Especially if I'm having a cup of coffee in the morning, I've just done my makeup and I have a cup of coffee and I got that florally chemical smell. It's gross. So these glaze from Maybelline, absolutely pretty on the lips. I can't deny that. Formulation's beautiful, but why? Why do they put that smell in there? It's just awful. Oh my God. Likewise, two of these shades, I really like the shades a lot, and I've got trouble here with this. Almond Hustle number 133. What a pretty autumn shade. This is so pretty. For autumn, it's like the perfect autumn shade. Again, subtle, but it's there. This is more subtle than the other ones, so I would say I can pass with these, but not with the other ones. The other shade in this I have is called Pink Pose, or Pink Pose, or Pink Posy, and I'm just going to put that on there. This is more of a berry tone. Again, really beautiful for autumn into winter. Both of these shades would work. This shade especially would work into winter time as well, but it's a beautiful berry shade. Dare I put it on with this outfit? I don't know. Let me try it. Let me see. Alright, let me put that almond shade on. What do you think? You know, I can't just stay in a bubble and use my pale nude lipsticks all the time. I just think that it's something a little different, you know, it's just a little different. I can wear this with all my, you know, autumn sweaters. I think it'd be nice. Alright, let me try the other one on for you. And this is Pink Pose. This is kind of a warmer berry shade. So I do like these, and they're not, that scent is much more subtle in these, and it's slightly different. So I can tolerate the smell of these. This particular grouping. So it's shade 233 and 133. About Face. I don't know. I'm really mixed. I think About Face, their audience that they're reaching for is very youthful. I think more of the people that would go to the Lollapalooza Fest, or you know, they're in high school. I just don't think that I'm the target audience here. However, this particular lip gloss attracted me, and this is called Light Lock, and this is their lip gloss. It is a kind of a goldy rose shade. Really pretty. It's very subtle. So I'll put this over the top of this and see if it transforms it into a warmer shade. So pretty. It's really pretty. And the color is just a light, kind of a rose gold shade for autumn time. I mean, I'm starting to think about autumn time. I'm going to get close up. I haven't gotten close up yet. By the way, there's that eye makeup. Okay, so that is Light Lock lip gloss from About Face. That's Halsey's brand. She has the makeup brand. I have an eyeliner from them I really like too. I think it was called Always Ambrosia or something. I really like that one. It's kind of a light taupey shimmery shade for under my eyes kind of a thing. From Korea, the Peri Para, or Peri Para. These are the Mood lip glosses. Really nice, really pretty. This is a warm pink tone. I have a type, I guess. Peri Para, no scent. I love that about it. Looks good, hydrates, makes your lips shiny, makes your lips look less choppy and less lines showing. It's a very, very pretty lip gloss. Peri Para, and the shade Chemistry, Coral Chemistry, number 23, Coral Chemistry. So again, Coral, let me just double it up so you can see it a little better. Coral Chemistry is the name of that shade from Peri Para, Korean brand. A lot of these, you know, it doesn't matter what color they are, because when they go over your lipstick, for some reason they disappear and just make it shiny and hydrated. And that's one of them. I don't see a color at all when I put it over the top of a lipstick. I see the lipstick, only now it's shinier. So, okay, now we're moving into nail polish. And there are 3 here from the Dollar Tree I got to talk about. Don't be too tempted, even though they are stinking cute. Look at this little gravestone nail polish. This is for little children. Okay, it's for little children to paint their toes with. It is not a good nail polish for adult ladies or old ladies. This is was a waste of money. Cute bottle. Oh my gosh. Talk about my job. Look at the top. It looks like a little coffin. Isn't that adorable? But it's a crappy, cheap color. When you put it on, it's almost like you're watercolor painting. It's so bad. It's just really bad. Don't waste your money on it. It was $1.25. They didn't put a dot on these, thank goodness. I think these are older. I think this is from last year, and they were just trying to get rid of them. I don't know. But this is the nail polish. They're showing a nail that's looks fairly nice on the top, but it doesn't, your nail won't look like that with this, I guarantee you. I tried, I put 3 coats on. Fail. Also a fail was this one that looked like it had potential to be actually a skin conditioning nail polish. It says it's got argan oil and stuff in it. I don't know if that affected the color or not, but it hardly looked like anything at all, and it looked all streaky, all lines. I put 2 coats on, and it just looked like a darker version of a streaky line. So this was a waste of money too, the argan from Dollar Tree. That's the Be Pure. I don't know what's going on with them, but this was a hit from Dollar Tree. If you see these are the OPIs. They're minis, and I'm actually wearing this one right now. This one is this. I really love these. If you can get this particular duo, they have several duos. One of them's blue, one of them's yellow, one of them's red, one of them's pink. You know, this particular duo is particularly good. So if you happen to see it, it's worth $1.25. And I've had at least 4 manicures now, 2 coats each one. They did a good job with this. I really like it. I love this color. So this was a good deal. For $1.25, 2 nail polishes, and they're in pretty good shape. I think they did really well. My biggest surprise in nail polishes this month was I revisited Revlon nail polish. I haven't worn Revlon nail polish since 2012. I think it was the last time I tried it, because I started getting all this PR, I started trying all these newfangled things. Being a YouTube beauty person, I got PR, I was trying really expensive nail polishes, fake nails, you know, the whole thing. And I lost sight of how much I loved Revlon nail polishes. They just seemed too basic, too drugstore. I snubbed them. I want to show you what just one coat of a Revlon nail polish is. Just one coat. And I'll do it live for you right now. Let's see. This is just one coat. One coat. This is Teak Rose. One coat. I'm glad I didn't paint my middle finger. One coat. This is excellent nail polish. It's the best nail polish I have ever used. I have 4 colors now. This purpley one I can't wait to wear with a berry sweater. But this will dry fairly soon. This is a beautiful autumn color, this Teak Rose color. I also got a bright red, and I got, this one is a little cool tone for me. I'm not as keen on it. This purple is just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And once this dries, this lasts so well. I do a lot of filing with papers and files and things, and this holds up. One coat, one coat. So now Revlon nail polishes are hard to find. Not all stores carry them. When you do see a store that carries them, guess where they are? The very bottom row of the display. They'll be in the very bottom row, and they'll all be like separated and everything, because people don't know they're there. You're not rotating them very well. But you shake them up, and a couple of these were not. In fact, this teak one was separated, and I shook it up, and it still works like car paint. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. You saw it live. Now I have to do my nails. That whole thing where you do one finger one color and the rest the other, that's not in anymore, right? Right? Okay. So, nail polishes from Revlon in the drugstore, better than any nail polish ever of all time. And I ain't kidding. Right there. Okay. So now that I've ruined my nails, I went back to Rusk. This is the thicker hairspray, and this is like for people who have thinning hair, gaps in their hair and stuff. It's a light spray, but it's very strong. It's light and strong. Soft and strong. Soft, whatever they used to call it. This is the thicker from Rusk, and I'm also still using the unscented Elnet is my other favorite. These are my 2 favorite hairsprays. I also have the Sexy Hair Stay and Play, but I don't know. It keeps getting clogged. The sprayer keeps getting clogged, and I don't like that. So, but Rusk thicker hairspray, really, really good. For perfumes, I don't want to go over them because I'm going to do a special perfume thing. I didn't realize how many perfumes I have, but I did want to talk about this because I'm probably not going to keep these. Dolly Parton has, I think there's 5 or 6 scents, and they all are based in living in the country as a child and the beautiful freshness of the fields and fresh flowers and mama's cooking and, you know, the house, cozy warm feeling. I tried 2 variants of her perfumes. This one, what a beautiful bottle. This is the Early Morning Breeze, and she has, for her caps, she has a butterfly. This is an ongoing theme of Dolly Parton, believing that you should spread your wings like a butterfly and be who you can be. You know, the butterfly is symbolizing a personal success and growth and becoming who you should be. I love the bottle. I think that's just absolutely stunning that she did that. I like Dolly Parton, I really do. I like her as a person. I think she's an interesting person, and she has a lot of creative energy. She's got talent. She's very pretty, and she's a good influence. I think she's a good role model. But this was really a nice gesture. Now her scents are featured in Walmart and on Amazon. Early Morning Breeze has a nice, you know, the first notes that come out are really nice, pleasant, clean kind of smell. A little bit of florals in there. It is a pleasant, like a breeze over a flowery field kind of thing. This disappears probably 16, 17 minutes. It's gone. It's not there anymore. So a lot of perfumes are considered cheap perfumes, not so much for the fact that they don't smell good, but the fact that they don't last very long. And it takes more expensive ingredients to make a perfume last longer. So that's why these perfumes are in the Walmart. And it doesn't mean they don't smell good, because they do. I love this smell. I love the smell of myself right now. Well, at least my arm. And the bottle's beautiful. I like having it on my vanity. But I'll have to say, these things do not last. Now on Amazon you can also purchase the body spray. Now I got the smoky one, Smoky Mountain. This is a different smell. And this is the body spray, the body mist, which you can spray on after a shower or in your hair. And when you walk outside and when your hair is wafting in the breeze and you're walking by, people are going to go, ooh, Smoky Mountain. Let me just do this to get the notes so I can explain. This one has more of a perfumey scent. There is a heavier, it is kind of a smoky flower scent. It's heavier than, this is more of a lighter breeze kind of feel, and this is more of a heavier, sitting in the house with somebody wearing perfume kind of smell. It's almost gone now. I just sprayed it. What it leaves behind, the dry down, is very, very pleasant, clean, more of a comforting kind of smell. So Smoky Mountain is very nice, but I think the problem with these is that they don't last. So our old trick with the blush, if you put some Vaseline on your skin and then spray it onto that, it holds it a little bit longer, maybe an hour. So if you just need it for a short period of time, go for it. I like these scents. I think these 2 are the best 2 out of the group. I've smelled them all 5 or 6 of them, and I like these 2. And I wanted to try the body mist, and I wanted to try the actual perfume. So really, if you put them with the Vaseline, they both last about the same, and they're both really nice scents in different ways. So this is more of a breezy, natural, granola girl kind of scent, and this is more of a date night scent. There's the word I wanted. Date night, right here. Smoky Mountain. And speaking of scent, I did try, they're still getting them in, Dollar Tree. This is Cucumber Mint, and goes really well with Dolly. I'm layering. Yeah, this is really nice. Cucumber Mint. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. This is one of the newer scents that I've seen in there. I've tried so many of the others, and I have a whole cart both of my side pockets in my car are full of these sprays, because after I pump gas or anything else, even before I pump gas, I will spray my hand to de-germ myself. And then after I pump, I spray again, because I can't always wash my hands, you know, after I've done that. And especially if I'm eating something in the car, drinking something. So, anyway, okay, I've done enough, I've talked enough. You're probably fallen asleep by now. Thank you so much for your time and for watching. Please like this video if you can, thumbs up it, that would be great. Subscribe if you haven't, that will help me with YouTube to try to build up the wreckage that is my YouTube life right now, since my channel was hacked into and taken away from me. The hackers are still running my channel with my own videos, my face in them, my comments, my voice. They're still getting my PR, they're still getting my commissions, everything. And I can't do a thing about it. They will not help me. YouTube is not helping me until Google resets that account, and Google won't reset that account because they changed everything about it. None of my names, emails, anything go with that account anymore, and they created a real monopoly on it, and they can't be making that much money off of it. I think it's just that they got me. I don't know. Okay, and I'm sorry to bring it up yet again in this video, but it really destroyed my life for a whole year. It's been a year and a half now since they hacked into my channel and took it over. This is the replacement channel, so I really need help trying to build it up again. If you can subscribe, you can do something nice today. If you subscribe, that would be really great, and it would help me out so much. And I hope all of you are having a wonderful transition, Labor Day here, going into autumn. Those of you who have an Ulta near you, enjoy the sale. They do have posted all of the things, and they do have surprise daily sales too, and they will usually post those in the front of the store. They'll have a section of those days specials. So if you walk into an Ulta, the only inconvenience here is if you have one thing on a Monday you like and one thing on a Wednesday you like. You can't order them together, you know. At least the shipping's free right now. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Toodles.